Yo, everybody, it's the Override. I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Again, get over to drroto.com for all your preseason needs for fantasy football, best ball, and of course, Dynasty. Whatever you're playing, you got Fab, you don't have Fab, you got Wire, you got Instant Pickup. Get over there, get into the Discord, the subs only Discord. We will help you win championships. That's what we do. But what I'm here to do is talk about my defensive backs IDP rankings. Of course, go head over to Dr. Roto to check out my IDP rankings. My top 30 is what this tier list is based off of. You can catch the write-up that I did for this IDP defensive back tier list also on drroto.com. Let's just get right to it. Without further ado, let's bring the pain. Oh, yeah. To the defensive backs. Yo. So we're sitting here looking at this. We'll get right to the pain bringers. I ended off the last podcast talking about a player that's going to make a comeback in the Steel City. Let's follow it up with the same player that's going to be on that same team, giving you 3 levels of chaos in Pittsburgh, and that's Minka Fitzpatrick. Every time that man is on the field, he is a force to be reckoned with. With the ads the Steelers had right now, it doesn't matter if their offense sucks. Their defense is one of the best defenses in the league. Let's just hope that the offense can at least hold the ball long enough to give that defense a breather or two so that they can make the plays and put the offense in the right place to make the Steeler fans happy. Let's get to one of the best safeties in the league. Definitely a pain bringer. Derwin James Jr. of the Chargers. Man, he was back and forth last year after that chaotic, awesome, crazy year he had in 2021. But no matter what, when this man is on the field, he produces points, easily does what he has to do to make anything worth it for your defensive players. The only thing that a lot of people do know about Derwin, so that's what you're going to have to really fill out. And again, it really sucks because he wasn't there for your playoff teams last year. So the people who had Derwin, it was cracking up this whole little nice chunk from week 5 all the way to week 10 when he had 14 tackles at Cleveland, Denver with 10, 8 in Seattle, 9 in Atlanta, 13 in San Francisco, along with tip passes, going all averaging around 15 points from your safety position. And that is vital because that is like having another linebacker. In a lot of leagues, a lot of players, a lot of captains, a lot of commissioners will lock the linebacker position to only one starting linebacker or only one linebacker per team. So you have to find other ways around it, unfortunately. And the best ways around it is finding those little niches like with Zaven Collins that you'll be able to exploit this year on the ESPN site and other sites that allow it. Also, you'll be able to draft safeties because that's what you'll need to go to, draft safeties like Derwin James Jr. that can definitely put it. But look, I'm not going to hang up from my Super Bowl hero, Jalen Petrie. I've talked this man up all season long. I talked him up in my fantasy championship one that I won last year. I've talked him up in my write-up. I've talked him up in my rankings. I'm talking him up right now. And I'm just saying right now, when you look at week 15, 16, 17, Kansas City, 13 tackles, Tennessee, 9 tackles, interception, Jacksonville, 13 tackles, interception, giving you massive points to play the game, to make you win your championship games and win your league, allowing you to do it. And you can do that with the help that you get from drroto.com. And of course, why IDP matters, because I make it matter, because that's what Heat Override does. Oh, yeah. Let's move along to the next level. Oh, yeah. Like the little effect of the Maku. I highlighted this guy, and I was definitely on this guy a lot right before it, man. But woo-wee, Jaquan Brisker, man, Chicago. Who's taking over for Eddie Jackson's old self up in that league, right? You know, who takes over? It's Brisker, man. Brisker is getting it done, and he is young. So you definitely want to have this guy on your dynasty leagues because he's just got into league, and he is like a wrecking ball of fire. You know, you go out last year, he wasn't like super awesome. So again, we're in a second level. We're 20 to 30. Most likely, you probably don't make it to this league, but if you get a few people in your league, you play in a deeper league, 14 teams, 16 leagues, team leagues and you need to get into this level, then these are the players you need to do. And you're going to get about 10 points or so, but he didn't have a full role last year like he's going to this year. Believe me, Brisker is going to definitely get it done. And don't forget about Hufanga in San Francisco. Man, this was a guy right here I highlighted early in the season, told you to go pick him up. And what happened? Everything that you needed to happen. You had your player making the plays and look these solid points. From week 14 to week 17, you needed to get in the playoffs, and you had needed a big game, right? 5 tackles, 8 tackles, 9 tackles. He had tip passes that all equated to 6 points, trying to get you in. Hopefully, you got in with that, right? But again, this is a safety, so that I will take that all day, any day. Do 17 points round 1. Round 2, 16 points, and then your championship game, 10 points. That's well worth the risk for somebody that's probably going to be out there. When you're getting near the end of your drafts, you can easily swoop in and pick him up. Let's get to the late busters. And my guy, Kenny Moore II, went from being one of the hottest corners and competing with the safeties last year, the past years, to, man, he's a late buster. So that means you can get him for a great price. You can get him late. These are the guys that are going to be anywhere, from this is 20 to 30, man. So you get this guy, get him on your team, and the Colts can turn it around because, man, they got some great linebackers, with Franklin, and it's going to work with it. And don't forget about Justin Simmons over in Denver. Denver has a geared up defense. They have some linebackers. Them boys is going to be tackling everybody, right? But he ain't going to be covering them receivers. Simmons is going to be back there to cover him up. And don't sleep on Grant Delpit. This is the dude is about to get the play. And you go, how do you pull out Delpit, right? Why would you do that, right? Because that's what a lot of people ask me, like, well, why would you do that? Well, this is again why. Because if you look at all this his points that he averaged last year in this league, he started out, we'll go from week 1 all the way down. 11.7, 8.2, 7.4, 8.9, 12.1, 11.0, 9.4, 6.7, 13.1, 8.9, 9.9, 8.7, 3.9. Well, whatever happened in Cincinnati just happened, right? But man, he made you into the playoffs. 13.8, 18.5, 27.9. And what? You don't think that he'd override, ain't going to run his mouth that he called that guy out and that he wasn't on my write-up last year late in the as a pickup to go into your playoffs? Yeah, go read it. It's all there. And that's how we bring the pain at Dr. Roto for IDP. We make it matter. We win you championships, and we always make sure that you know how to bring the pain to your competition. Oh, yeah. Have a great season, everybody. Get ready for all the articles and podcasts that are going to drop because it's going to be nonstop. Dig it? Yeah.